I want to thank God for waking me up today. Thank God for another day. Today's my birthday party on live, you guys. Um, I will be texting all my moderators before I do go live. Um, I do need to hang up the backdrop. We had, I had the backdrop hung up. Um, but I didn't like the way I placed it, so I guess I was just very emotional about everything, and I just ripped it off the wall. But my birthday thing is sitting right there. Um, sitting right there. So you can see the backdrop. So I'll be hanging it up before we start the party. Um, Once I pick my wife up from the hospital, then then we'll start. She's still in the hospital, unfortunately. Um, yeah, I miss her. I really do. And it's so crazy because out of everybody, I've only had one person text me and ask if how she's doing. And we do have a big surprise coming for you guys live this week. I mean, a huge surprise. Something that you guys probably would never guess. Hi Karen, I'm just going through the motions, love. She's still in the hospital. She's still in the hospital. I miss her like crazy. I've never been away from her. I've never slept from away from her. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much, my love. We're gonna be putting a happy birthday. Where I keep saying we're like my wife's here. Amy Lima, we got in a bad car accident. Um, my wife has a brain bleed, and she has broken bones, and she was in ICU because the brain bleed. Because the brain bleed stopped. Um, she was in ICU for 2 days, and she was in ICU Thursday and yesterday, and they barely just moved her down. About an hour ago, they moved her to treat just the regular hospital, not an ICU anymore. But it was a very bad accident. It was really bad. When we rewatched it, you guys, it was bad. It was so, our faces, you could see you could see the scare in our face. It's like death is coming to you. Like that's how scared we looked. Um, because our dash cam has cameras both ways. So we got to see us and we got to see the outside too. I couldn't watch all of it because I was just, it brought my anxiety um to the through the roof. Um but thank you Karen so much, love. Um Thank you, Amy. Thank you so much. The accident was on Thursday, love. Um she gets to come home today. I'm so thankful. If she wasn't able to come home today, um, then I would not be having my birthday party today on live. I would schedule it for another time. Because that's not important. She's important. My birthday party could wait. That that could wait. I don't care. Um, but she's so fixated on celebrating me and celebrating life. When I told her, no, we're celebrating you. We're celebrating your life because you got it the worst. Yeah. And I had put the backdrop up that has the happy birthday on it with balloons and stuff. It's black and pink. It's very pretty, but I had hung it up too low. So I ripped it off just out of anger and just sadness, I guess. Because I'm so used to my wife doing things like that. She does things so perfectly, hangs up things so perfectly. Um, I just, after all the work I did, I just ripped it off. And I'm so upset that I did that out of anger. But I'll be putting it up before I go live later on for our party for live. She has broken ribs. Um, she has excuse me guys. She has a brain bleed. um, she had a concussion in her. She has a concussion in her head, and she was bleeding internally. What ruptured? Something ruptured in her stomach, and I can't remember the name of it. I just woke up, guys. I'm sorry. Something ruptured, and she was bleeding internally. That was causing her to um her fever to be over 102, and for her blood pressure to keep skyrocketing. And what's so crazy is that when they took her in the operating room, the incision's so little. It's so small, like very small. Um, and when they got everything under control, they said that her ribs have to heal on their own because they're basically like sticks. And if you break them, what are you gonna do? Glue them together? No. Um, they did what they can for her ribs, and my ribs are fractured, but they're not broken. I'm very sore. I got bruises all over my back, all over my stomach, and all right here. Um, the uh the she was picking me up from work. The airbag had got me in my chest, but nothing right here. It's very sore, very tender, but like where my nipples are, they literally like ripped my nipple rings out. Um, my nipples were bleeding. I guess, and the blood kind of dried to my bra, and one of my nipple rings ripped out, and I didn't even notice because my adrenaline was so high. I didn't even know what was going on with me, you guys. We both blacked out. I was blacked out for, I don't know, maybe a minute. I don't know how long I was blacked out. All I heard when I woke up was screaming. People were screaming. Six people pulled over, and um were trying to wake us up and seeing if we're alive, are we okay? And my wife, the horn was going off very loud because she had her head, when she blacked out, her head was laid like this on the on the steering wheel with the horn. So her head was pressing against the horn. So they were just yelling, like, wake up, are you okay? Wake up. And when I heard all that screaming, it woke me up. So when I woke up, I saw my wife and she was limp. You guys have never, ever been that so scared in my life. In my life. Um, it's so crazy because we were both bleeding from our ears, from our mouth, from our nose. Um, and they said that's very common in people that get in car accidents that get hit by airbags because it's just like an explosion in your face, but like of air. And the ambulance came, and we don't have insurance, you guys, medical insurance. And just for the ambulance to check you out is thousands and thousands, like $18,000 just for them just to come and check you out. But for an ambulance ride is double that, you guys, for the ambulance to take you to the hospital. And the ambulance took my wife. Um, she was refusing to go to the hospital. Refusing, did not want to go. When she got home, she seized. I don't know if it was a stroke. I don't know if what it was, but she seized bad, and she was stuck, seized, and she fell straight to the floor and hit her head again. And she was seizing. I don't know what it was, but she was stuck like that until the ambulance got there. And when the ambulance got there, they got her on the gurney and took her right away. And they didn't allow me to go in the ambulance with her because they needed to work on her. So I had to go to the hospital, and they made me leave at 8 o'clock because she had to be in the ICU. In ICU, they don't let nobody stay. Um, so I had to leave at 8 o'clock, and I couldn't speak to her or nothing because she went straight into surgery. So I had to leave at 8 o'clock. I didn't even get to see her. I didn't even know what was wrong with her, you guys. Um, just everything happened so fast. Oh my God, Karen. Oh yeah, yeah, it was a robotic surgery that she had. It was a robotic surgery. Yeah, it was. It's a it was a very tiny surgery. They didn't have to open her up with a scalp or nothing. They just had to do stitches on. I don't want to get it wrong, what it's called. Um, but they had to just sew it up, stitch it up, and the stitches are resolvable, and it stopped the bleeding right away. And it brought down her blood pressure. She has no fever. Her brain bleeds is it there's no more brain bleed whatsoever. It just from that concussion, that's all that came out, and it stayed like that. It's been like that. So thank God she's okay. Um they're prepping her to go down to the regular floor. But she's been in ICU for 2 days, just for them to keep a close eye on her. But after surgery and all of that stuff, she's fine. She's okay. She's walking. She's talking. She's back to normal. The only thing is she's very, 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 very um, black and blue everywhere. Um, it's hard to see on her arms because of all of her tattoos, but on her body, She got it so bad on her body, all over her body. She's so bruised. And right here, like in her uh um right right before her forehead, uh that's where she has the concussion at. That's where she has the stitches at. Um and yeah, she has bruises on her face, of course. Um she doesn't want to come on live with bruises on her face looking like that, especially her black eyes. Um, so I'm gonna definitely cover her face up for her, and put some makeup on her, because today's my birthday party, and I told her that it's canceled. We're not having a party for me. Like I could care less. I'll have a party next year. Like let's just celebrate that we're alive and we're okay. Thanks to God. Um, she's so hard headed, so fucking hard headed. And she said, "No, we're celebrating your birthday. I don't care what you say. God has me here for a reason, and we're celebrating you." I said, "No, we're celebrating the both of us." And yeah. So when we go live later, we'll be having a backdrop that says happy birthday. I already had it up, you guys, but out of anger, I didn't like the way I put it up and I ripped it off. I'm so used to my wife putting things up, um, that I just, out of anger, out of hurt, I just ripped it off. Um, but I got good news from her nurse. I freaking love her nurse so much. That her nurse is there. She's gonna be discharged today. Thank God. Um, everything is stable. Everything is good. Um, they would have kept her in the hospital longer, but she is pushing to come home. She don't want to be in the hospital. She don't want to be there. And she says if she has to walk out, she's gonna walk out. If they're trying to keep her there another day, she's going to walk out. She's not staying there. She said she stayed there enough. She said she won't walk out of ICU, but if they once they put her down in the regular rooms and they'll try to keep her there for the rest of the weekend, she's walking out. And I don't blame her, but I tell her like you just need to make sure you're okay. And she's like, they said I'm okay. I just need to heal and take it easy. You guys, she has another surgery coming up this week. Another surgery. This is this is a 7-hour surgery, you guys, that she has coming up this week. Karen, we don't understand. We don't understand. We look at the footage and relook at the footage and relook at the footage. We had 6 witnesses that it was not our fault. We were in the turning lane right when we were getting ready to turn. This bitch came out of bat out of hell driving fast down that turning lane like it's a driving lane and smashed into us. She had no right to be driving in the turning lane whatsoever. But she told the officer that she was driving in the regular lane like everybody else, and that don't make sense. If you were driving in the regular lane, you wouldn't have hit us. And so now it's under investigation because we gave everything to the lawyers. We gave we gave the video, our dash cam, the witnesses. We have their number. We have their recordings. We gave everything to the lawyer. Um, because she told my wife, lawyer up, you fat bitch. She told my wife that. And my wife couldn't even barely talk. She was calling my wife a cunt, a whore, a slut, a tramp, just cussing my wife out. And I was about to beat this bitch's ass, but she is so lucky. Her words don't phase me whatsoever. I'm so used to be called names from the internet, from just wherever. It didn't phase me not one bit. I just ignored her and said, "You need God in your life. You really do. You're really hateful. You should be thanking yourself right now that you and your son are alive. You shouldn't be worried about my wife. Calling her names like that is very unacceptable." And knowing my wife, very hot headed, they were both going back and forth, talking shit to each other. And my wife was about to uh, fight her, but my wife couldn't even move. She was so stiff. She couldn't even get up. And she was so fixated on my wife. Instead of talking shit to me, probably because I'm the cool, calm, cool, and collective one. She didn't say nothing to me, but she was going on and off on my wife, and she's like, "You bitches better be lawyered up." I said, only thing I said to her, I said, "Oh, don't worry, we're lawyered up. We stay lawyered up." And she goes, "Good." I said, "Yeah, good." I said, "You better be lawyered up because we're ready." I said, "You see this right here? You see this right here? Dash cam, baby." I said, "Dash cam, you want to sit here? You and these white cops want to sit here? I'm half white, so y'all can't say I'm prejudiced or I'm this or I'm that. No, I'm half white." I said, as you and this white cop right here, all you white cops, and you white your fucking damn self." I said, "You guys want to blame us? Oh, what? Because we're all tatted up and you guys think we're from prison? Look us up in the system. Look us up from the system." My wife's never been in jail in her entire life. She's never even been in handcuffs, let alone that. So they got our names down. They looked up our name. Of course, they ain't gonna find nothing. We ain't got nothing. And you know what's even more crazier, you guys? We got in a car accident and they're so worried about searching our car. Searching our car? We did not give them permission to search our car. And he says, "I have a probable cause to search your car because you're smoking a pin." And I was smoking it right in front of him and blowing the face right toward him. And I said, "Sure can. I sure can smoke my pen anywhere I want to." And I kept hitting my pen right in front of him. I didn't give a fuck. I was in pain. I was having anxiety. And I also have a card. And it's also legal. So please search my car. Go ahead with your probable cause. Because you ain't going to find nothing else. That's all I do is smoke weed. That's it. That's all. And search my car. Because the only thing you're going to find is the pen that I have in my hand. That's what I told them. And three of those officers were searching our car. Did they search Karen's car? Fuck no. No, they didn't search her white ass car, but they searched our car. It was an accident, and there's worried about searching our fucking car. Fucking dumbasses. Just pisses me off, you guys. I'm sorry. It's her fault. Kai, on my sister's body, on my sister's life, you know how much I love my sister. My sister that was brutally passed away on my brother's life. I swear on God, this was not our fault. I swear to God, this was not our fault. And we got hit with that ticket. And I'm so thankful because people these days will see accidents and just drive by because if it's not them, oh well. But these separate people, six separate cars, was seeing this girl driving in that lane and they were recording her the entire time. And they saw it before it even happened. And they recorded the entire thing, everything. And I'm so thankful that I was able to send everything to the lawyer. Our dash cam from front to back. Our dash cam has us and it has the outside as well. So you can see us get hit with the airbags. You can see my wife. Um, it's just a nasty scene, nasty, scary. Um, my wife took it the worst. She's been in ICU. She's still in the hospital. Um, they said if she's out of ICU today, well, she should already be in her regular room now. Um, but they said once they take her to her regular room, she's walking out. She's walking out. She got her surgery. Her ribs have to hold on, guys. When I get her paperwork, I'll tell you guys exactly what they operated her on because for her to bleed internally, something she had ruptured something in her stomach, and I haven't slept alone by myself ever, you guys. I don't think ever, not that I could recall. And sleeping by myself like this, you guys, is just a awakening. I literally had my freaking. I'm so used to my wife doing so much for me, and I just take it for granted. And it's just like earlier, I was putting my backdrop up, my birthday backdrop up as black and pink, so pretty. I'll show you guys. It's like happy birthday, very pretty, very pretty. It has balloons. It's just very pretty. It's just my just it's it's me, you know. Even the damage the car was the side of the car. If she was already in the lane, then how is she damaged on the side? She was just lying on the to save her. Exactly. Exactly, Kai. This is what the cops had their mind made up automatically. Um, this white cop, this lady cop, she had her mind made up automatically. Automatically. When when those people were giving their statements, and by the way, everybody was we were all Mexican. We were all Mexican, by the way. I think I was the only one there that was half white and half Mexican. Everybody else that pulled over were all Mexican. And what's crazy is that her and her son were the only one there. How dare her drive like that with her son in the car? Like, how dare her, right? I would never do that. Never drive in the turning lane with my kids in the car like that. Never. Let alone by myself. That's like, kill me, please. Fuck. Um, literally, Kai, just imagine we're barely turning because the light there's only the arrow that goes green. So once that we were the first one, Once that arrow turned green, my wife started putting her feet on the gas, ready to go to turn because we were stopped, fully stopped. We didn't see that girl coming. We didn't see her coming. There was nobody in that turning lane. We didn't see nobody coming. Once we started going, it's just like we were like kind of like catty cornered, like kind of barely going straight to turn, and she got us like straight on, but like because Mo was already like kind of turning, it got Mo's side worse, and she went hit Mo full on. However fast she was going, fast. If you guys could see what we saw, not even from our own dash cams, but from the people that recorded everything, they recorded us knocked out in the car. They didn't even know if we were alive. When I woke up, all I heard was yelling, people yelling, "Wake up, are you okay? Wake up, wake up." And they're like, "They're bleeding, they're bleeding, they're bleeding." And they're like, they have a pulse because I guess they're checking for our pulses. They're like, they both have pulse. I could hear, I could hear. So I could hear when I started waking up. And mind you guys, this is when she picked me up from work. So uh as I was waking up, all I heard was they both have a pulse. All My first instinct was to turn and look at my wife to make sure she's okay. And all I saw was my wife with her mouth open, with her head on the steering wheel, bleeding. There was blood everywhere, all over her face because of the dash on her head. It's not on her forehead, it's on her head. So I couldn't understand where she was bleeding from. I knew she had a bloody nose and her mouth was bleeding as well because blood was just dripping from her mouth as well. I had my mouth was bleeding, but blood wasn't like dripping from my mouth. No. I guess I bit the inside of my mouth when this all happened, and from the airbags hitting my ears. I guess they said it's common for you to bleed from your ears and your mouth and your nose. I haven't been in a car accident in a very long time, you guys. Um I already have four slip disc in the back on my back, and I have my whole back. I have arthritis down my whole spine. So my back's already messed up. Um, and my wife now has two slip discs, L2 and L1, I believe. When I get the paperwork, I'll tell you guys exactly what it is. But her back is fucked up. Her arm, her hand that her arm was broken because she could not move it. Her fingers were broken. Why the fuck did they just snap them? They just snapped them like put I was so fucking pissed off, dude. They just fucking snapped her fingers back into place. Like, who fucking does that shit, dude? Who fucking does that shit when you don't have insurance? That's what they do. um, I didn't have no life threatening problems, so I didn't need to be in the hospital. Um, so I couldn't stay home and just think about my wife all day. I couldn't be at the hospital with my wife. They wouldn't allow me because supposedly there's this flu going around that they don't want to tell us about, but there's a flu going around here in Arizona, you guys. Just letting you guys know. And in the hospitals, everybody has to wear masks. Well, the employees, and there's no visitors allowed. Um, no visitors allowed to stay after 8. Um, but every time I went to go see my wife, they had her knocked the fuck out. Knocked the fuck out. So when she finally came to her senses and told her, she ripped her IVs out and said, "Stop giving me these drugs. Stop." She ripped her IVs out because they were over medicating her. There was no need for that. Yes, I understand that she was in pain and she was in a car accident, but they don't need to give her medication every 4 hours. It's just unacceptable. It's just too much. Too much. When somebody doesn't do drugs and then you're gonna go and give them morphine for every 4 hours, that's a lot. That's a lot. At least just give her ibuprofen and Tylenol. She'll be fine. Once she came to her senses and she told them, if you guys, I refuse any narcotics, any opiates, anything, I refuse them. And I told them when I got there, do not give her any narcotics, anything, no opiates. You guys have plenty, thousands of medications you guys can give her for pain that does not have opiates or any narcotics in it. You guys can give her anything you want besides opiates or narcotics. She does not need them at all. She's not a druggie. She don't do drugs. She doesn't do anything, and I don't want that in her system. But I'm her wife. I should have a say so. They should listen to what I should say, but I'm not her power of attorney. So um that's going to get fixed very quickly. We were talking to our lawyer about that too as well. So I had to sign paperwork. My wife has to sign it as well. To where she's going to make me her POA, because if something else was to happen like this, I'm her fucking wife. I should be able to make choices as well. And my wife was very highly upset that um they were giving her fentanyl. They were giving her morphine. They were giving her Ativan. They were giving her gabapentin. They were giving her, I don't know, like 7 medications they were giving her, you guys. And they said it's because she's had surgery and she's been through a lot. Her body has been through a lot. And when she stands up, it's gonna feel like she got hit by a bus. So I'm just letting you guys know that, because she kept talking about my birthday party, and I was like, babe, enough. There could be a birthday party next year. Fuck the birthday party. Like, who cares? And she goes, if I have to fucking walk out of this hospital today, I'm walking out. Like, I'm walking out. They already let me go from ICU. They're what am I here? What am I here for? What else am I here for? I already got my surgery. My brain bleed is stable. I don't have a fever. My blood pressure's fine. I'm good. Like, I'm okay. And the nurse is like, I asked the nurse, I was like, is she going to be discharged today? And then she said, well, if she continues on the good path that she's going down, yes, she'll be going home today. And, but if anything happens or arises, we have to keep her. And I'm like, okay, thank you. So she might be here, you guys, or she might not. I, I don't know. I hope they gave her medication, but if they were dislocated, then yes, that's what they basically popped. Yes, I know, Kai. They have to pop them back in place. But I was like, who does that? I know they have to pop it back in place, like they pop my shoulder back in place. I know they do that. Not now. When I was in a car accident a long time ago, they had to pop my shoulder back in place. But for they had to pop her fingers back into place. Without medication, by the way. They did that the first time they came on the scene. Because when the ambulance came to check us out, she refused to go with them. She refused. And when we got home, she was talking to her mom in the kitchen, and out of nowhere, she just seized. We don't know. we don't know if it was a stroke. We don't know if it was a seizure. It didn't look like a seizure. It looked like a stroke to me. I've seen plenty of strokes in my life. I've seen plenty of seizures. I've had seizures. It wasn't a seizure. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that lasted a very long time. It lasted to when she dropped to the floor. I was holding her to make sure she wouldn't like, but I was holding her mouth like this so she wouldn't bite down on the rest of her teeth and break the rest of them. Not just that, her tongue as well. So I was like holding her jaw and holding her straight. Um, but she wasn't like shaking or convulsing or nothing like that. She was just like seized, like stuck. So that was very weird, you guys. I don't know what that was. I've never seen that before. In my medical career, I've never seen that before. Somebody sees like that. Like it's like somebody socked you in the face and you just straight up drop to the floor and you're just like stiff stuck there. That's how she looked. Um and she stayed like that until the ambulance got there. I don't know what the ambulance did to her, but she got out of it quickly once the ambulance did something to her. And they put her on the gurney and they took her quickly and they didn't let me go with her. So I just went and it was already late, you guys. I was at the hospital maybe 15 minutes, if that. Um, and I had to go at 8 o'clock because they said that's when it closes. There's a flu going around. I had to put on a mask, and they didn't. I said, "What flu is going around? There ain't no COVID-19 around here." They said, "No, this ain't no COVID-19." And I said, "Well, what is it?" Because I ain't heard of no flu. They said, "Just put a mask on, please." So I put a mask on, and um, but the patients don't have to wear a mask. That don't make no fucking sense to me. Why everybody else gotta wear a mask but not the patients? But right away they put oxygen on her. Um, when they put her in the ambulance, they put the oxygen on her and um they were filling her stomach and they said they could feel her stomach. That's so crazy how they could touch. You could even I could feel it. You could touch somebody's stomach and you can feel no matter if they're big or not, you could feel if their stomach is filling up with blood or not. And my wife's stomach was filling up with blood. So that's why they were rushing to get her there quickly. Not just that, they saw the gash. I didn't I didn't understand where so much blood was coming from, and I didn't see the gash in her head. I missed that. I missed it. I assumed it was from her mouth, coming from her mouth and her nose, because remember she was bleeding from her nose, her ears, and her mouth. So she was also bleeding from her head. So she did have a concussion in her head and a brain bleed, and something ruptured in her stomach, and they did it robotically, so it's a very tiny incision. Um, and I don't know if you guys can remember, I was asking her, "Babe, why is your shirt ripped? Babe, why is your shirt ripped?" And I was like, "Why?" I was thinking, "What? Why is her shirt all ripped up? Like what?" I was just so confused, you guys. And when I went live because I wanted to show everybody the world, like everybody, that life's gonna be up there forever. And I wanted to show you guys the lady, the the person that lied her way out of everything, you guys. But we got proof. She could lie all she wants. We got mad proof. Yeah, Kai, they were overdoing it, dude. Giving her not only giving her uh, morphine, they were also giving her um, um fentanyl. That shit kills you. Why are they giving? When I worked in the hospitals, they weren't giving fentanyl in the hospital. That's how long it's been since I've worked in the hospital, you guys. For patients. We weren't giving fentanyl to patients. And when I found out they were giving her fentanyl, I done flipped my motherfucking head, my wig that I don't have. Like that shit kills people. And I went off when I found out she was taking they were giving her fentanyl. Um and they were switching it. They weren't giving it to her at the same time, but because she's not tiny, she has a very high pain tolerance, not pain tolerance, a very high tolerance. Um, in her surgery, she did wake up 3 times. So they had to sedate her 3 different times, you guys. They had to give her, not sedate her 3 different times. They had to give her more medication 3 different times because she woke up during surgery 3 times. Mind you, you guys, she has a 7 hour surgery this week coming up. This week coming up, you guys. And it's already paid for. Like, there's no backing out of her surgery. Um, she's getting her surgery done this week, so there's no backing out, and she's gonna be going through it this whole month. She's gonna be going through it bad. See, Kai, I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew I wasn't tripping. They were never when I worked in the hospital. They never gave fentanyl ever, ever. They give kids, they give babies fentanyl, and they say that they say that they do that when it's a very bad accident or they're in so much pain. And my wife was in a lot of pain, you guys. So much. She's a big baby already. She's a big old panda bear. So she might look all tough or whatever to people, but she's a big baby. She really is. In real life, she's a big baby. If she has a little cut like this, she's gonna think she needs stitches. If my wife cries from headaches, just imagine. Just imagine how she is in the hospital. I told her, you're alive, you're fine, you're well. You ain't gonna get spoiled. She was like, babe, can you give me this? Can you give me that? Can you give me this? Please. I was like, girl, bye. You're fine now. You're gonna come home. You're gonna be okay. She's like, promise me we're gonna have your birthday party today. Promise me. And I was like, I promise you. She's like, if they say I have to stay here, I'm walking out. I said, I'll take care of you. I got you. I got you. She's like, okay. So I'm gonna go pick her ass up. Um, I'm gonna go pick her up when they do the shift change. So I just can't do this sleeping alone bullshit. It's just not it for me at all. Morphine or the last thing would be oxy, but never fet. Exactly. And they're like, we give this to all of our patients that are in pain. We give this before morphine, actually. Um, and that shit just caught me off guard because this has to be new. Because when I was working in the hospital, we never administrated fentanyl to nobody. To nobody. It was either um, um, oxycodone, um, or morphine, and it was always go to morphine. Morphine for everything. Morphine for everything. Morphine, morphine, morphine. But now they rather use fentanyl than morphine, and it's white, it's liquid, it goes in your IV, so they know exactly what they're giving you. They're not gonna overdose you. It's not off the street, no fake shit. But still, like, I told them from jump, I am her wife, showed them the certificate. Do not give her opiates. She's always said that. If I was to ever be hospitalized, I don't want no opiates in my system. None. None. She hates them. She hates them so bad because what it did to her family. I'm not even gonna say who, but when it killed one of her family members, she hates it so much, so bad, because it killed her favorite cousin. She hates drugs with a passion. With a passion, she hates it because of what it did to her family. Not to her family, to her cousin, killed her. And that's why she's very, very, very like, do not give me none of that bullshit. I'm used to old protocol too, Kai. Like, if I was to go back to the hospital, morphine it is. Or you gonna get two Percocets. That's it. You good. Or I'm gonna come in here and give you some Tylenol. One or the other. I ain't giving you no fentanyl, that's for sure. Mm-mm. Not I. Thank you, Robert. That's what they said too, that they gave her, because what I told them in the beginning, they gave her non-opiates medication and it was not working for her. Um it was not working for her. Nothing was working for her, you guys, for her pain. Nothing. They tried it. They said they tried so much, only what the doctor would allow them to try. And it came to the point to where they had to give her morphine and fentanyl and switch it back and forth. And that's the only thing that helped her, because she hates hospitals, you guys. She hates them. And she hates being away from me. So those two together, she's already pissed the fuck off. And they had to give her Ativan to calm her down and a volume. She's on volume as well. So they have her on a lot of medication, you guys. She's like a freaking she needs a fucking elephant tranquilizer at this point. Hi, Colleen. Welcome. I don't give my number out for free, love. Kaya, what do you think, love? So I got an Ipsy box. That's all I got for my birthday, you guys. Um, So at least I have something to open for my birthday. I'm happy. Uh, I don't know if I should get a cup. We don't eat cake. We don't eat cupcakes. We don't do this around here. I do not want to buy a cake and throw it away. Um, so I'm thinking about just getting a cake and just giving it to the neighbor. I'm sure the kids will love it. Like they will love cake and ice cream. So usually I would go get like a rainbow cake and have it like you guys know, I would go get a bomb ass cake. But this year, you guys, I was so pumped just to celebrate with you guys. And it's just like today, it's just like, what is it? It's like we went from the dog having surgery, almost dying, to the freaking car accident. By the way, the bumper fell off, you guys. We have no bumper. I gotta show you guys. The bumper is sitting in our carport. The bumper fell off. Um it was parked and in the morning the bumper was just sitting on the floor. It was just sitting on the floor. The whole bumper. Not the bumper, sorry. The front, whatever the front is called. The front of the car, the whole front was sitting on the floor. Where you give, please. Robert, oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, love. Um, Kai, Kayleen, I'll put my cash app for you, love. Kai, can you put my cash app for me, please, love? And good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thank you, love. Damn, Kai, I know that shit by heart. God damn. Thank you, my love. I appreciate that. Um, it's so sweet. Sam has been texting me, our moderator, Sammy, she's been texting me and checking on me, and it's so sweet. She's so very thoughtful. Um, she's going through a lot right now, too, you guys. A lot. It's so crazy because you can see people on YouTube and think, from the outside looking in, they're so happy, you know, like they look so happy, everything's so perfect. But because you guys see my channel, I give you guys raw everything and let you guys know a lot of things. Not everything. A lot of stuff is off YouTube for a reason, but I keep it raw with everybody, and it's not peaches and cream behind the cameras. It's nothing. It's real life. What the fuck do you think, they're living in a fairy tale? I don't think so. Do you guys think because people have big ass houses and a whole lot of money that they're happy? A lot of those people end up murdering their own families. Millionaires. You could have the most money in the world and still be the most depressed person in the world. Money don't make you happy. It just makes you, puts you in more debt. That's what it does, if you ask me. Okay. Yeah. She is getting out of ICU now, so she should be in her room now. I'm just waiting for her phone call. Um, she's gonna call me as soon as she's out of ICU and in her room. So I'm just waiting for her phone call. That's why I'm awake and I'm up this early. I'm always up this early. I didn't even, you guys, I'm having nightmares. These nightmares don't stop. And it's just a repeat of exactly what happened. It's like God showing me what happened. But why? But why though? And I'm like second guessing myself. Like, what did we do? Did we do something wrong to be punished like this? What did we do? And I'm thinking, I'm like, we didn't do nothing. Like, we're not perfect. We didn't do nothing to anybody. We didn't do nothing wrong at all to be punished like this. But I'm so thankful that wasn't our destiny. That wasn't our time to go. Because if God wanted to, he could have took both of us that night. But he didn't. And people are like, why would you go live? Why would you go live? Yeah, because I wanted everybody to see. I wanted everybody to see the accident and how bad it was. And people think that people were even on the live saying that it was fake, that it was AI. What the fuck? Who in their right mind is gonna do fake something like that? I wouldn't even know how to do something like that. I wouldn't even know how to do something fake like that, honestly. But we're gonna be going live. I say around 3. Um, so the next time I go live, um, we're gonna be here. The backdrop is gonna be up. It was already up, but I ripped it. The anger got a hold of my ass, and I didn't like the way I put it up. My wife does everything for me, so I gotta put it back up. My dumb ass. We hate yogurt. We like Jello. We like Jello. We hate yogurt. I can't stand it. It's nasty. It tastes like rotten milk. I hate yogurt. Kai, what time is it for you, love? Do you have to go to, are you gonna be at work today or you have off today? And you already know how the hospital is. They take a long time for everything. I mean, they take their sweet ass time for everything. For everything. Oh no, Kai worked today. You know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Get some strawberries and put some. That's a really good idea. So, what do I do? Do you guys think I should? The whole windshield's cracked. The whole front of the car is off. I mean, the car's fixable, yes. But once the airbags are out, how good is your car? You know? It's gonna cost so much money just to take it to the dealership to get the airbags fixed. Or just fucking let since it's our fault, we got the ticket. Just pull out a car. I don't know. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna call my wife and see what's going on because I haven't talked to her for it's been like 3 hours since I last talked to her. So I need to see what's going on. That's how Simon's old Sally was. He used that car until the end. Did he end up getting a new one? Don't tell him because he'd be mad right until the wheels fall off. Right until the wheels fall off. I would do that, but because where I work, it's not safe. Like where I work, I do a lot of driving. A lot of driving because I am a manager, so I have to go and check on clients and make sure that they're getting very well taken care of. Um, whether it be family taking care of them, whether it be caregivers, whether it be whoever, I have to make sure they're getting um, very well taken care of. Um, so I don't know. Um, don't tell him. Yeah, I won't say nothing, Kai. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I love you guys with all my heart, and I'll see you guys later. I love you, love you, love you, love you. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you guys soon.